Okay, so for the online guys, hope my voice is clear for you. Guys, can you please confirm me once whether I'm audible or not? Okay. So basically, sorry for the delay. We are not sure like why the issue is happening. So the password, whatever, like I'm trying to give for my laptop, it's not working for since last half an hour. It is the reason for delay, but like unfortunately, I have taken some new laptop for the class. So let's begin the session. Okay. So in today's session, we are going to speak about the concept called Docker Compose. Okay. Or basically, we can go for volumes. I'll teach about volumes now. CD desktop. Okay. So in generally, if we speak about volume, what is the meaning of volume? Like as per your expectation, as per your understanding, how do you define a volume? Like what is the volume and why we need to use it? Can anyone tell me what is the volume? Who is logging from the online here? Who is logging in from the online here? I'm asking the question. Who is logging in from the online here? I heard it. Who was it? Okay. No, it's not for you, Sudarshan. Like basically, some of the offline is attending from the online here. Like they are in the class, but still they are attending from the online. I'm not sure who is that. Hmm. Volumes are like C drive, D drive, and storage. Okay, still space is not working here. Shift to add. Okay, shift is here. What is add? It is printing the symbol here for shift plus. Which key used to paste here? Even I'm using right click here. It's not working. Today is very bad day. Like half of the class is done without starting even the class. I'm asking which key used to shift 10 plus. I'm using the same thing, but here it is printing. You come here once. I copied it here and shift 10 plus, right? Okay, now it printed. Fine. Okay. So in today's session, we are going to speak about the concept of Docker volumes. What we are going to speak about? See, the main agenda of Docker volume is if you go and see here, let me make it drag. Okay. I have a container. What I have? So inside this container, I want to store the data. What I want to store here? Data. So look at here. I want to store the data. Sir, in generally, if you want to store any kind of data inside the container, what exactly will happen is we need to create something called as volume. Now, this is what I can call as volume. What do we call it as? The main agenda of volume is to store the data itself. So is the point number one clear for all of you? What is the main purpose of volume? To store the data. And here one more thing is, for example, let's consider you are having container one. What you are having here? container one. Okay. So whatever the data you are having on the container one, the same data you can share it to the container two itself. For example, in future, if you create container number two, okay, in future you are creating container number two. Even the container number two is having the same volume itself. Okay, that means whatever the volume you are having on the container one, same kind of volume you can share it from the container two. It is also my volume one, I can say. So it is also volume one and it is also my volume number one. So don't worry, I have the notes for you. I'll give the notes for you to understand this concept very well. So as of now, see, basically in order to store the data inside the container, you need to create the volume. What we need to create? Volume. And once you create the volume on one container, the same volume can be shareable to any kind of container. See, in future, if I want to transfer same data from container one to container two, I can share. As well as in future, if I create one more container called container three, again, the same data I can be able to transfer from container one to container three. Is the first point clear for all of you know? And the next one is here, let me go to the GitHub. And for the notes, if you go to GitHub Raham Sheikh, there is a repository called 0208 2023. Okay, here you have the notes. It is my previous session notes, so you can use difference for these notes. So let me go to the volume section. Here you have. Okay. So simply it is used to store data inside the container. So it's nothing but a simple directory. See, volume means it's not a separate thing. It's nothing but a simple folder, what we can say. So container uses host resources. Already you know the CPU, RAM, and ROM, whatever the things you are using for the containers, this will come from the host only. What is the meaning of host here? Our EC2 instance. So single volume can be shared to multiple containers, but at a time we can only share single volume to one container. See, if I have the container one, inside container one, I have volume one. So this volume one I can share to container two, this volume one I can share to container three, and the same volume one I can share to container for itself. So simply to store the data inside the container, we can create the volume. That volume can be shareable across many containers. Okay, that's it. So if you want to create the volume, basically there are n number of methods available. So I'm going to teach you three most useful method to share the volumes. First one is from the Docker file. What is the first one here? I think all of you know what is Docker file, right? Tell me what is Docker file, sir? Docker file is nothing but which is used to automate the image creation. Okay, which is used to automate the image creation. Again, something happened to this mobile stuff. Huh? Why were you sick? Third one. Of course, like you are having the complete signals here. Fine. So let me install Docker here. So first of all, yum install Docker-y. And give the command systemctl start Docker. That's it. Okay, no need to check the status. Now go here, vim Docker file. What I'm taking here, vim Docker files. First thing here you wanna give is from component. Which component? From I'm gonna take Ubuntu. Next here I want to create the volume. So to create the volume, you need to use a component called volume. What you need to use here? Volume. Volume I'm gonna create as volume one, sir. What is the volume I'm creating? Volume one. That's it. So now you have the Docker file. What you wanna do next? Docker build-it or T. For image, you need to give only T. IT is for container. Okay, next. Image, I'm gonna give it as Raham v1 and put dot. Now inside the Raham v1, you are going to get the Ubuntu image, and next you are going to have the volume. Sir, currently volume is inside the Raham v1 image. So can I share it to container 1? How I can share the volume 1 to container 1? By simply attaching the image Raham v1. Okay. And one other thing you need to create is whenever you create the volume, okay, in local, there is a path called var lib docker. Var lib docker. And there is a path called volumes. So inside this, your volume will be created. If you create a volume inside the container, okay, the volume will replicate to the local path. For example, in the container 1, I have the volume 1. If I put the file 1 in volume 1, what I'm putting here? File 1. The same file 1 will be storing on this local path. Is the logic clear for you? If I create a volume and inside the volume I put the data, same data will come to var lib docker volume. This is very important point. So make sure this one. So what I'll be doing now here, I'll go here and create the container. Docker, tell me the command. Docker run -it name container 1 and image I need to give Raham v1. Now if I hit enter, if I give the command ls, you'll be seeing volume 1. Now seeing the volume 1 here, cd volume 1. So if I go and see here, I'm going to create some files. See, you can create any kind of files. Okay. So in the same example, I have created some files called just 1 to 5 files. How many files I'm creating? 1 to 5. So what I'll be doing, I'll be going here and I'm going to quickly create 1 to 5 files. Touch file 1.5. So similarly, if you want to add some content, cat greater than file 1, I am adding the content. Hi all. This is my file 1 from container 1. Okay. So now what I'll be doing, I'll be saving this one. So you can see all of the 5 files. Sorry. Are you able to see all of the 5 files or not, sir? File 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5. If you see them, already I said, whatever the data you are going to create inside the volume, same data will be replicated to var lib docker volumes. Let's go and check this one for you. So currently I am in my Docker host. Currently where I am in my Docker host. So give the command ls var lib docker volumes. Are you seeing the volume got created? It is my volume. Okay. So just to give B and tab. So just write this one. And are you seeing data here? Inside underscore data, you can see all of these 5 files. Are you able to see them or not? That means it is clearly telling us whatever the data you have been created inside the volume, same data will come to the host also. Same data will come to the, for which path it will come? Var lib docker volume. So online is the point clear for all of you know? Can you please confirm? Sorry. What is the point I said here? See, you create the volume, right? Where you created the volume inside the container 1 and you put the data. Currently, where is the data? Inside the container. Same data will come to your host also. To which path? Var lib docker volumes. That means whatever data you create inside the volume, inside the container, same data will be replicated to the local path. Is it clear now? That's what I shown here. See, in the container, you have the file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5. I came out of the container by using control PQ. Now, after I come to the host path in var lib docker volumes, it is the name of the volume. Are you still able to see same files or not, sir? That's it. Even if you create files on local, this data will go inside the container. See, Currently, if I create some more files called file 6 to file 10. For example, if I create file 6 to file 10, where I am creating this on my local, and the same data will be going to the volume now. If you want me to show, let me go. So I'll be going to this path. How can you go? Means cd. Tell me the path. Where? Leave Docker volumes and path underscore data. So currently I came to this path. How many files you are having? 5 files. So I'll be creating touch file 6 dot dot 10. Give ls. Are you seeing the rest of the files here? Now these same files will go inside the container also. If you want me to show, give the command docker. How to go inside the container? Attach. Name of the container will be container 1. So first of all, the container is stopped. So we cannot go directly. First of all, I need to start. And go for the attach now. You can see ls. Give the command called volume. So cd volume 1 and give the command ls. Are you seeing the 10 files here? How these 10 files came? I create these files on my local. Even though if I create local, it is going to volume or not, sir? So simply I'll tell you one logic. Don't ask me to repeat it one more time. Why? Because this is the third time I'm explaining the point. Whatever the data you create inside the volume, that come to the local path. And whatever the data you create on local path, this volume will go to the container. I mean, the same data will go to the container. That means bidirectional. If you create on volume, it will come to local. Or if you create on local, it will go to the volume itself. Is the logic clear for all of you know? Online, can you please confirm me for all of this? Is the point clear for all of you or not? Huh? Clear, fine. Okay. Sudarshan, try to rejoin. For the other people, like it's clear, the voice is try to rejoin. Okay. Fine. So now what is my requirement, So guys, listen here. What is my requirement, If I want to share this volume from container 1 to container 2, where I want to share? Do I have container 2 here? No, I don't have any container 2. The command is going to be very, very easy. Tell me the command to create the container 2. Docker run it name container 2. Give Ubuntu image. Why? Because see, if you use Raham image, volume will come from image. My goal is to get the volume from one container to another container. If I use Raham image, you will be getting volume from image. But what is our agenda? To get the volume from one container to. So you have the volume 1 in the container 1. The same volume now I want to share to the container number 2. So that is what we are trying to achieve. For that purpose, to make it very easy, first of all, I create the container 2. So before container 2, put the command hyphen volumes from. You are transferring the volumes from which container? Container. That's it. Now hit enter. Give the command ls. Are you seeing same volume 1 here? Go to volume 1. Now are you seeing same data or not, sir? Are you seeing same data or not? That means whatever the volume I created in the container 1, I share to container 2. That means container 1 will have the same data, container 2 will have the same data, and volume will be having same data in my local also. For example, if I add new files on this volume, again the same files will be replicated into container 1. Why? Because same volume. Again the same files will come to the local path also. Why? Because containers are varying, but the volume is same or not, sir? That's it. So online, is it clear for all of you now? How to share the volume from one container to another container? Can you please confirm, is it clear for all of you or not? This is the command. And here hyphen privileged is equal to true. That is optional. You can ignore this one. No need to give it. If you want to give, you can give, or otherwise it is optional. What about remaining online? I'm getting response from only 2 people. Are these 2 people listening to the class or like remaining also listening? Okay. So it is the method number 1. In method number 1, how I created the volume from the Docker file. There is method number 2 where we can create volume from the CLI. How to do it means it is again very easy process. Come out of the container, control PQ. So go the command Docker PS hyphen A. Currently, how many containers you are having? Container 1 and container 2. Sir, if I want to share the same volume for container 3, same volume, can you tell me the command this time? First of all, construct the basic container creation command. Tell me the command. Docker run IT name container 3 and give the image name Ubuntu. So, but before that hyphen volumes from container, container 3 or container 2 or container 1, anything is fine. So automatically, whatever the volume from container 2 will be going to container 3. So if you want me to show it quickly, just give ls. Are you seeing the volume 1 here again? Just give ls volume 1. Again, you will be getting the same data. Correct or not, sir? Just come out of it. What is the command? Control PQ. If you want to remove the container 3, you can remove docker kill container 3 and give the command docker rm. RM means to remove. That's it. Just want to show you we can transfer the same volume to multiple containers. So now the second method will be from CLI. Guys, basically one method is enough to tell the concept, but I am teaching you the multiple methods. Don't think it's confusing. I am making it to explore multiple ways how you can share the volume. So now in the second method, I'm going to teach you how to share the volume from the CLI. Okay, I mean like how to create the volume from CLI. Docker run -it -hyphen name container 3. What is the command this is going to do now? It is going to create the container number 3. Put -v. -v stand for volume and give the volume name as volume 2. That means I'm going to create the volume called volume number 2 inside the container number 3. Hit enter. Now you are inside container 3. Are you seeing volume 2 here? Go to CD volume 2. Are you seeing the volume 2 here? You can create some files. I'm going to create files called Python this time. Which files? Touch Python 1.5. Are you seeing these Python files? Now come out of it. Okay. So again, I want to share this data from container 3 to container 4. I want to transfer, share the volume from container 3 to container 4. Again, for the sharing, same command. Tell me the command to share the volume from container 3 to container 4. Docker run -it name container 4. No, not to create. I want to share the volume. So first of all, it is a basic command, okay? But you are sharing the volume from which container? -, volumes from container 3. Now, whatever the volume in container 3 will come to container 4. ls, are you seeing volume number 2 now? Just to give ls volume number 2. Are you seeing same Python files or not, sir? If you create some Python files here in container 4, will it replicate to container number 3 or not? My question is, listen to the question carefully. I have container 3. What I have? I have which volume here? Volume number 2. I transferred the volume from container number 3 to container number 4. My question is, here first of all you have 5 files. I transferred these 5 files, right? Apart from these 5 files, I want to add 5 more files. Now if I create new 5 files, will these new 5 files go to container 3 or not? Yes, why it will go? Because both containers will have the same volume. That means wherever you create, that will be replicated. Okay, if you want to check, you can check. Let me show you. I'll show it practically for you. Currently I'm on which container? 4. Go to volume 2 folder and touch Python 6 to 10. Okay. So now go and check here ls. Are you seeing Python 10 files? Now come out of it. Now I need to go to which container? Docker attach container number 3. Are you seeing the files replicated? Come out of it. And again, the same files will go to the local path also. What is the local path? Var, lib, docker, volumes, right? So go to the local path, cd //. Simon var lib docker volumes. So what is my current volume name? You can check it. So it is my first volume, BAA. Second volume is D13. CD, D3, and so on. Give the command ls. Are you seeing data here? Put underscore CD, data, underscore data. Now are you seeing Python 10 files or not, sir? So only one thing you need to remember. If you create the data in volume, same data will come to the local path. What is local path? Var lib docker volumes. So is the method number 2 clear for all of you? How to share the volume from container 3 to container 4? It will go. It will go. Online, is it clear for all of you now? Can you please confirm how to create the volume from CLI? See, sharing command will be common, but the method is changing. Here I'm showing it from CLI itself. Fine. And now the last method will be volume mounting. What is the last method? See, what is the meaning of mounting in general? I'm asking. Attaching, right? Till now, you create the volume first. Till now, you create the volume first. And later then you attach the, till now you create the container first. Inside the container, you create the volume. But what you are doing, first of all, you are going to create the volume. And then you are going to attach to the container. In the first method and second method, you created volume inside the container. Correct or not, sir? During runtime only. But in the third method, you will create the volume first. You will put the data. And that volume you are going to add to the container. Let's go and see. Sir, to create the volume, there are some commands here you need to understand. Docker volume ls. This is to show the list of the volumes. How many volumes I have? 2. Docker volume create. Name of the volume will be volume 3. Sorry guys, here this. Wait. Sudo -i. So Docker volume create volume 3. Is the volume 3 got created now? Yes. If I want to get the complete information, the command is tell me the command that is going to show the complete information of a Docker object. Inspect, correct. Docker volume, inspect, volume 3. Are you seeing now? This is the volume. So and so time it got created. Driver is local. That means it is used by local machine only. Mount point. What is the meaning of mount point? Means if you want to put the data inside the volume, you need to go to this path. You already know the path. Var lib docker volumes, name of the volume, data. Already you know this point, correct or not, sir? So now go to this path and put the data here. Whatever the data you want to put, you can put it here. Wait. This time I want to create some files called Java files. Touch Java 1.5. What you done now? You can see it very clearly. First of all, I create the volume called volume 3. Next, I inspected the volume. Why? Because I want to know the path where the data is need to be stored. All of you know the data, where to store the data inside the volume. You go to this path, you create some files. Now, what is the requirement? I have the volume. I have the volume. Inside the volume, I have Java files. Which files? Now, this volume, I need to attach to the container. I need to attach to the container number 5. How you can do it? The process is going to be very, very easy. First of all, tell me the command to create container 5. Docker run name container 5. OS will be So if you are attaching, that is nothing but mount here. What do we call it as? What is the source? That means what is the name of the volume you are attaching here? Volume 3. Put comma space destination. Destination. Destination means inside the container, what is the volume name you want? Inside the container also, I want volume 3 only. Name will be volume 3. That's it. So I am mounting. Hyphen hyphen mount means I am adding. Source is nothing but name of the volume what you are adding for the container 5. Destination means inside the container 5, your volume 3 need to get which name? Same volume 3 I want. Hit enter. Wait. Basically here just remove this space. Is it done now? Now go and give ls. Are you seeing volume 3? Inside volume 3, which data we put here? Java files. Is the volume added or not, sir? Similarly, if I create a Java 10 dot, I mean like 6 to 10, will this file replicate to my local or not? Will this file will replicate to my local or not? Control PQ. PWD. Currently you are in which volume? Volume 3. Give ls. Previously you are having like only 5 files, but now are you having 10 files or not, sir? This is the way how it got work. And even rm minus rf star. If I remove the data here, will the data removed from container? Just go and check. Docker attach container 5. Give ls. Where is the data? It deleted. That's it. Okay. So the reason why I said this point is it is interlinked to each other. Means whatever you do, it might be on container or it might be on local. The action will be replicated. It doesn't matter where you do the action. It might be local or it might be inside container. The action will be replicated to both the areas. Now again, for your more information, if I create the files called Java 1 to 10, will this file replicate to my local now? Just go and check. I'm just coming out of container by using Control PQ. Give the command LL. Are these replicating now? So this is the concept of the Docker volumes. What we can call as? How many methods I taught you? First one is by using Docker file. Second one is by using CLI. Third one is by using mounting. So you can ask me, sir, in which work we are going to use in real time? You list method number 3. What use? That means once, first of all, we create the volume. After creating the volume, what we can do, we can put the data. And the data directly we can upload to the container. This practically you will see on tomorrow's session. I'll show you how to practically do this type of content. Is the point clear for all of you? So online, are these 3 methods clear for all of you? Can you please confirm me once? And one more thing, guys, volumes is a concept of logical thinking. If you know the logical thinking, volumes will be very easy. If you cannot think logically, it's not easy for you. Okay. So the more you put your logic into the volumes concept, this will be very easy. Only simple logic. This is the 10th time I think so I'm repeating. Whatever you do inside the volume will be replicated to local. And whatever you do in local will be replicated to the. This is the only point you need to understand. If you understand that logic, everything will be easy for you. Fine. I have one doubt. Do we need to run this mount command? No, Sudarshan. Even though if you're out of the volume folder, you can run this command. Hope it is clear for you. Fine. So now I'll ask a logic question for you. Try to answer this. Okay. The question will be very, very logical question. I'd like to really know like how many of you are able to answer this question. Currently, I am on my root path on my host machine. I'm gonna create some files called Raham files. Which files? Touch Raham 1.10. See, in your nodes, you might have some different names. Okay, but here I can use some different names. It doesn't matter. Like whatever you want, you can use. Of course, like here I'm going for 1 to 5. It's completely fine, guys. Currently, I have the Raham files in my local machine in the root path. Now, my question is, think logically. I have the container called container 5. What is the name of the container? Container file. I want to copy all of this data from my local root path to the container. How this can be done? If you know the logical thinking, this is the very easiest method. Kata. Listen to the question. In my local, I have the data called root. Like in root folder, I have the data called raham 1 to 5 files. I want to copy all this data to my container. How can I do it? I have two different ways. We'll copy this file to. Correct. First of all, here you need to understand my container file is having which volume? Volume 3. Correct or not, sir? You know the local path of volume 3 or not, sir? That is where leave Docker volumes. If you know that path, you can copy it. See, I clearly know that my container is having volume 3. What I'll be doing here? CP star. This indicate all. I am copying all the files to the container file. So to container file, you cannot directly copy. But container file is having volume or not, sir? If I copy the data to the volume of container file, will it be replicate to the container file or not, sir? Yes. So what is the volume path of container 3? Volume 3. Where leave Docker volumes. What is the name of the volume? Volume 3. You need to put underscore data. So now go to this path. You need to go to this path, CD and this path. If you paste this one, give ls. Are you seeing the raham files here? Now automatically files are in the path of volume. Will be replicated to container file? Yes. So give the command docker attach container. Oh, sorry. I came to container 2. Wait. Container 5 I want to give. Give ls. Are you seeing volume 3 here? Inside the volume 3, are you seeing raham files here? Are you able to see it or not? Likewise. So likewise, what I'll do, I'll be creating touch raham 6 dot dot 10. I am creating raham 6 to 10 files. Now, what is my agenda is I want to copy the files from raham 6 to 10 to my local path called root. How I can do it? Again, you have the same logic applied. What are the logic I said? Same logic will be applicable. I have the data inside the container. Inside the container, I have the data. I want to copy it to my local machine. How can I do it? Tell me the process, man. First of all, where I am? Hey, I am on container 3, man. So what I need to do first of all? Come out of the container. Come out of the this container is having which volume? Volume 3. Currently, I am on inside volume 3 or not, sir? That means the data will come to here. Are you seeing RAM 6 to 10 here? Now what you can do? CP raham. I want to copy only 6 to 10 files. 6 dot dot. I want to copy this file to my which path? Root path. That's it. Simply go to /root. Are you able to see raham 6 dot dot 10 now? That means what is the major point here? Where lib docker volume. This is the only main path. If you understand this one, logic will be done. Okay. So this is the way how you can play with the volumes. Is the concept clear for all of you? Okay. So extensively need to practice volume mounting as well as copying the content from host to container. Basically, we have one more method also I'll teach you tomorrow. Why? Because if I teach you one more method, it will be very difficult for you to understand. Again, I'm telling these volumes is a logical concept. The only logic you need to understand is what is varlib docker volumes. If you understand this one, it will be very easy for you. That's it. Yeah. Great. So now online, can you please confirm me, is the concept of volumes clear for all of you or not? Can you please confirm in chat box once whether it is clear or not? Clear, great. So in the meanwhile, I'll tell something called as system commands. Actually, we have only 4 system commands. See, uh, there is a command called Docker system df. What this command will do, it is gonna tell me total number of images. How many images I have? How many images I'm using? 2. What is the size here? 76. And how many containers I'm having? Active means currently 5 of them are actively used, and I have 3 local volumes. And what is the data here? So like this, you can list all the containers, images, and volumes. But sir, my requirement is I want to know which image is attached for which container and which volume is attached for which container. I need to get this extensive information. So just add -v at the end. The moment if you add -v at this end, you can get the complete information. I have the RAM image. It got created how many minutes ago? What is the size here? This RAM image is attached to how many containers? 1. And the Ubuntu image is attached to? Achha sir, you are telling this RAM image is attached to 1 container. But what is that 1 container? Here you can see. This container 1 is having which image? And container 2, 3, 4, 5 are having which images? And what is the size of the container 1 here? And remaining containers are 0 bytes. You can ask me, sir, inside container we put volume now. That means we need to have data now. I'm talking about container size, not the volume size. Here you can see the volume size. For volume 3, what is the size here? 32. And for volume 1, 39. And for volume 2, 0 bytes. And volume 3 is attached to 1 container. Volume 2 is attached to 2 containers. And volume 3 is attached to. So like this, the Docker system command is majorly used to get the complete information of the Docker elements like Docker images, Docker volumes. You can get like this. Is the concept clear for all of you? And one more thing, sir. For example, I want to know which volume is attached to Docker container 5. So here it is not telling container 5 is having which volume, but we can use the command called inspect. Which one? Give the command called Docker inspect container 5. So if I give like this, I'll be getting complete information of container. So I want to get the volume, right? So go for the volumes. What is the volume you are having for container 3? For container 5, what is the volume you are having? Volume 3. So like this, you can be able to get the volumes information also. Is the point clear for all of you? So this is going to indicate which volume is attached for container number 5. So here I'm using inspect of container 5. Na? So you can get like this. Of course, you can use the grep command also. So use a command grep-i volume. Just type here volume. So which volume is attached? Are you able to get or not, sir? So like this, you can be able to get the information of Docker system command. So this Docker system commands will be getting the complete information of Docker volumes, elements, and so on. Is it clear for all of you? Yes. And there is something called as Docker memory management. Like we'll be seeing this on upcoming session. Or like, can we see it now? This is only one small command. See, already containers is host resource. That means whatever the CPU and whatever the memory and whatever the RAM you are seeing now. I have my Docker host. Inside the Docker host, I have 1 CPU and 1 GB of RAM. What is the meaning of Docker host here? Where you install Docker. So if I create the container, this container will use 1 CPU and 1 GB of RAM. Okay. So this is how the Docker resource will use the CPU and RAM of my host. If I create one more container, again this one more container will use my host CPU and my host RAM. Similarly, if I create one more container, this container also going to use my 1 CPU and 1 GB of like this. But here understand, by default, container will not have any limits. That means in my host, if I create the container, this can use my complete CPU and this can use my complete RAM. Can we allocate the CPU and RAM like this? Imagine if one container is using the complete CPU and complete RAM. What about the remaining containers? So it is very difficult or not, sir? That is the reason why we need to put the limits for the container. How to put the limits is very easy command. First of all, I'll tell the command called docker stats command. Which command? This command will show the live CPU and memory utilization of the containers. So my container 5, how much of CPU is utilizing? 0. That means no CPU is utilizing. And how much of memory it is utilizing, sir? RAM. That means out of 952.7 MB, it is using 936. That means only 10% of my memory is in consuming for container number 5. But for container number 1, how much of memory is using here? Are you seeing the live CPU and memory usage of containers? So this can be done with the help of docker stats command. Which command? So if you want to stop it, you control C. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be creating container 6. I think all of you know the command, right? Docker run -it name container 6 and Ubuntu. Okay, now I want to limit the CPU. So I can give -hyphen CPUs. Sir, I have total how much of CPU? 1 CPU. So if I give 0.1, that means 10% of my CPU. Or if I give 0.2, 20%. 0.3, 30%. And similarly, how much of RAM I'm having, sir? 1 GB. So put -hyphen memory. Okay. So I want to give 200 MB. How much? Just put 200 MB. That's it. If I hit enter, automatically only 0.3 CPU and 200 of MB will come to this container. Come out of it. Give the command call docker stats now. Which command? You can see here for the container 54321 doesn't have limits. That means they can use total 952.7 MB. But container 6 is having the memory limit of 200 MB or not, sir? That means if we try to use 200 MB, it will not work. Why? Because what is the limit I have put here? 200. Similarly, if I want to check the CPU limit of the container, go for inspect command. Give the command docker inspect container number 6. You can see it very, very clearly here. So let me go to the top. How many nano CPs I have given? This value is equal to 3 into 10 power. What is the value of nano? 9. Okay. So this is equivalent to 0.3%. 0.3 value. That equal to 30% of my CPU. Is it clear now? So in future, if you want to increase from 30% to 50%, you can do it. There is a command called docker update. Which one? So the docker update command will be able to increase the CPU and RAM of my currently using containers. So this is the concept of the Docker memory management. Okay. So definitely you need to put the limits for CPU and memory. Otherwise, one container can use the complete CPU and RAM, which is gonna very, very bad for the remaining containers. So that's it for today's session. So now in today's session, which concepts we have seen? We've seen only about volumes and memory management of the Docker. Okay. And I'm creating some separate notes for you guys today. So you can take today's session notes from this particular day. So now online, if you are having any doubts or any queries for today's session, you can ask me now. And one more thing I'm telling for you again and again. So this is the concept. You need to think logically. If you think logically, then only this concept will be easy for you to understand. Okay. And for today, I am giving the notes on your Google, your chat box here. You can take it. Where is the chat box? Wait. Yeah. Is a notes upload option here. Wait. So guys, notes I'm giving on chat here. So take it. It's not working. Please provide in Telegram, not able to download in chat. In chat, is it not able to download? Huh? Okay. Okay. Let's do one thing. I'll be trying to give this on our Telegram channel. I think your Telegram is logged in here, right? Okay. Give me 1 second. This one. Okay. Think you need to log in here. Wait, guys, we are trying to give it on Telegram channel. Give me a second. So in the meanwhile, online, if you are having any queries, you can raise your hand and you can ask your queries. Can you scan this one? Give it here. Wait, I'm sending it. Give me a second. Desktop DevOps volumes. So online, you can check it from Telegram. So I have given it Telegram for today's session, and tomorrow I'll be adding this for our live class. Hope that's clear for you. So online, any queries from your end? MV command in Docker file. Where I said MV command, Sudarshan? I never said MV command in Docker file. I said copy and add. There is no MV command, I said. That is to copy the code from our repository to local path, Sudarshan. Yeah? You need to get the proper path, man. Then on it will copy. It will come. You done something wrong. Can I show it now? Send me the screenshot. I'll tell what is the reason. Okay. And if you need to configure CP and memory, is it possible after creation of container? Of course, like Divya, even though after you create the container also, we can configure the CP and memory. It's completely fine. Yes, you are asking something. Just send it to me personal, okay? Why? Because in Telegram there are a lot of messages. Sometimes I might miss up, okay? Why? Because if you post something, a lot of people try to answer. So I eventually I can miss this. Okay, fine. Okay, then so let's meet on tomorrow session with some new topic. Have a great day. Bye. Good evening.